Hey guys, it's Joanne from 15 Spatulas, and today we're going to make 3 Thanksgiving pies. Every year I wake up the morning after Thanksgiving and I cannot resist eating a slice of leftover pie for breakfast. It makes me so happy because then you're not all stuffed from the feast and you can truly enjoy pie, which is one of the best parts of the Thanksgiving feast if you ask me. And last year I shared my Meyer lemon buttermilk pie recipe with you, and I knew I wanted to do another pie this year, but I couldn't pick just one. So we are going to make 3 Thanksgiving pies. First, we're going to do my favorite pumpkin pie with a graham cracker crust. Then we're going to make a cherry berry lattice pie. And then we're going to do a free-form apple tart. Let's get started. First, we're going to make the pumpkin pie with graham cracker crust. Add 1½ cups of graham cracker crumbs to a bowl, and then add a 1/4 cup of sugar, and mix that up with a spatula. Then add 6 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, and stir to moisten all the crumbs evenly until the graham cracker crumbs look and feel like wet sand. Pour the graham cracker crumbs into a 9 or 10-inch pie plate, then flatten using a measuring cup or a glass, and you really want to press down firmly and compact the crumbs so you have a crust that doesn't fall apart. Then push the crumbs a little bit up the sides, and you can use your fingers to finish pressing the edges. Bake this in a 350 Fahrenheit oven for 10 minutes until golden and dry to the touch, and then let it cool while you prepare the filling. Add 2 cups of pumpkin puree to a bowl, and then add 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh grated nutmeg, or ground if that's what you have. Then add 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks, and whisk this all together to combine, making sure the eggs have mixed in and everything is smooth. And the mixture will be pretty thin. Pour this into your prepared graham cracker crust and then bake in a 350 Fahrenheit oven for 45 to 50 minutes. And you know when it's done when it's no longer liquidy when shaken, but it just jiggles a little bit like this. Now let this cool for at least 2 hours. You'll see it settles down quite a bit and fully sets. Cut the pie into slices. And I like to use a knife that I've run under hot water and dried so you get really nice clean slices. You can dollop with whipped cream if you'd like, and it's ready to enjoy. Next, we're going to make the cherry berry lattice pie. Add 2 10-ounce bags of frozen dark cherries to a bowl, plus 1½ cups of frozen blueberries, and 1 cup of frozen raspberries, and then add 6 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Stir this all together with a spatula and then let it sit while you prepare the crust. Fit a 9-inch pie plate with a bottom layer of crust. I have a pie crust video which I'll link to below, or you can buy pie crust. And after a few minutes of that, the filling should be a little bit more thawed. You can stir it to make sure all the cornstarch is moistened and everything is mixed well. Pour this into the unbaked pie shell along with all of the juices and liquid from the bowl. Flatten it out with the spatula, and then we'll make the lattice top. Take a 10-inch circle of pie crust and use a crust cutter or a pizza wheel to cut 1-inch thick strips. Then place 5 of the strips on top of the pie and pull 3 of them back like this. Place another strip perpendicular to the others and lay those strips back over. Then pull the other 2 strips back the other way and add another perpendicular strip of crust and put those strips back. Keep repeating this process until you get a nice lattice design on top, and then use a knife or your rolling pin to cut the ends of the strips right where the edge of the pie plate is, otherwise I find they just burn. Remove those, and then pop this into the refrigerator for 30 minutes to re-chill the dough. This is so the strips don't spread too much in the oven. Brush the dough with an egg wash if you'd like, taking care not to get egg in the actual filling, and bake this in a 400 Fahrenheit oven for 1 hour to 1 hour and 10 minutes until the crust is golden, and then let it cool. Cut the pie into slices and serve with a scoop of vanilla ice cream if desired, and it's ready to enjoy. Last, we're going to make a free-form apple tart, also called a rustic apple tart or an apple galette. This is great for people who may not have a pie plate or are saving their pie plates for other desserts because you only need a sheet pan for it. To get started, peel 2 pounds or about 4 Golden Delicious apples. I personally like Golden Delicious and Granny Smith for my baked apple desserts. I think they have the best texture. Then cut the apples down the middle and remove the core with an apple corer, or I just use a melon baller. Then thinly slice the apple halves into about 1/4 inch pieces. You can cut it thicker or thinner if that's how you like it. When you've got your apples sliced, move them to a big bowl and add 1/3 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, about 1/4 teaspoon of fresh grated nutmeg or ground if that's what you have, and then toss this all around with a spatula, making sure to separate the apple slices from each other. Try to get them all tossed with the ingredients evenly. Then this is optional, but for the middle of the tart, I like to cut a few fun pieces of apple. So you can take a little flower cutter or a star cutter or a heart cutter and cut pieces out to decorate the middle. Roll out a circle of pie crust about 11 inches in diameter, then lay all of your apple slices. I like to start with the edge of the pie, leaving an 1.5 inch border so I can fold that up later, and start another layer in the middle. And in the very center, I'm decorating with my fun apple shapes that I cut, or you can just do more apple slices. Pretty much you can do whatever design you like for this. Then fold up the edges of the tart over the apples, give it a light crimp, and refrigerate the tart for 30 minutes to re-chill the dough before baking. Dot the top with 2 tablespoons of cubed unsalted butter. Then you can brush the edges of the crust with a beaten egg if you want a more golden color and sheen, but this is not required. And then bake the tart in a 400-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes until the crust is golden brown and the apples are tender. Cut the tart into slices and add a scoop of vanilla ice cream if desired, and it's ready to enjoy. Okay, I have my feast of pies. Let me dig in so I can tell you all about it. Start with our pumpkin pie with graham cracker crust. I like to add a dollop of whipped cream. It goes so nicely with the texture of this pie. Let's dig in. I have to say that as much as I love an all butter flaky pie crust, I really think that pumpkin pie is the most compatible with a graham cracker crust. The spices in the custard pumpkin filling just go so well with the graham crackers. That is delicious. I'll be back for you. Next, we're going to do our Cherry Berry Lattice Pie. I've added a scoop of vanilla ice cream to this because I think it absolutely needs it, especially when the pie is all warm and the ice cream melting. Dig in. That is excellent. And what I really love about this pie is the combination of the cherries and the berries, because the raspberries kind of break down as they cook. They're more there for flavor. The blueberries hold up a little bit better, but the cherries really add a great textural component to this and kind of keep it like a hearty pie. That's really good. Last but not least, our Form Apple Tart. Also, a scoop of vanilla ice cream on here. I think that's a must for apple pie as well. Let's give it a taste. I love the texture of the apples, and it sits on top of this like thin layer of the sticky, sweet cinnamon applesauce. So delicious. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make all of these Thanksgiving pies, and if you did, let me know with a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any future recipe videos. I hope you have a lot of fun planning your Thanksgiving meal and have a wonderful feast. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.